My dog just would not walk me to the park. I don't know why. Oh,
Was the park an ecosystem?
it was. Which reminds me that, hey everyone,
Oh,
welcome
hey.
back.
Hello.
Welcome back
Welcome.
to Eco Week with the
Says Eco
week. Yes, it is us, the Boys and Girls Club YAI team,
That is us.
the Youth Arts Initiative
That is
crew. It's me, Mr. Steven.
It is me, Mr. Zach.
And we have a special guest coming today, but we won't reveal who. Hugh. That's a hint.
Who could it be?
Who Hugh could it be? No ums in stream.
Nope.
Eco Week. Yes. Welcome to Eco Week. We are here doing another eco art adventure.
Day 2.
Mr. Zach,
Yes.
what did we do yesterday?
Yesterday, I believe,
I have memory loss.
you and Miss Nicole took photos from Pixabay. Is that
Mhm.
right? Pixabay, which is a free, copyright-free online
Digital
library
library
where you can
online
get
for free.
for free, where you can download all digital. Is that what you said? Digital library.
She's not here right now.
Our special guest was not our special. Never mind.
Minecraft.
Yes,
Yes.
we made some really cool combination photos using different ecosystem, nature-related photography, and we photo mashed them in one of our favorite apps, Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Usually when I do this, I'm signaling, for the person to talk. All right.
Me again. Sorry.
Mr. Zach, it's only us here right now.
Jeez, I thought you were talking to.
I mean, don't you-
our alien friend down there?
No?
What?
Well,
Oh,
today we have another really cool thing going on. We are making more ecosystem
Yes.
economy
systems. Yes.
ecosystem economy system artworks.
Yes.
But this time we're going
3D.
We did it. Yes. 3D.
Wow. Shout out to our viewer. That is so cool. It is indeed so
Yes.
cool, Cornian, whoever you are.
Or Mr. K or
Mr. K, the Corn Man.
I was never given a name.
So anyway, Mr. Steven, when we
Yes.
want to do something in 3D, what program do we normally use?
Well, we have used quite a plethora of programs in the past. But for today, we're going to go back to the classic program that we all know and love, Blender 3D. Yes,
Blender
that is right. That was
3D.
Morse code for the letter D. We are going to go into Blender 3D, and we're going to just learn how to make some cool environments. Maybe if there's
Yes.
any 3D heads out there that like to work in 3D, this is the perfect application for you. Did I say application? I meant app.
All right, so why don't we hop on over to Blender? Hop, skip, and a jump. Eco.
And
Whoa!
whoa!
Look at that. We're back in Blender. Wow.
Wow.
So cool. So
Wow.
3D.
That's an environment if I've seen one.
Wow. Looks good to me.
Oh, that cube looks really weird.
It looks just like a normal cube would, Mr. Steven. All right.
But
So, we're not going to do this.
we will.
So, we're going to make our own 3D environment.
Yes.
How do you think we should start the environment, Mr.
Let's
Steven?
I have an itch in my eyeball.
Oh,
Okay, so
yes.
a 3D environment.
Uh-huh.
When you think of environments, Mr. Zach, what kind of environments do you think of?
Dirt.
Dirt's a good one.
We got to have dirt.
You know what is the biggest dirt environment?
What's that?
The
Forest.
desert.
The forest.
The desert.
I wouldn't.
Let's just say dirt.
Are sand and dirt the same thing, Mr. Steven?
No, they're not. But if I were to think they were,
Uh-huh.
that a sentence, then
Sure.
I would say that sand.
Uh-huh. Sand.
Let's roll it back.
Okay, we're gonna make an environment.
Yes.
That
Hi.
has, and I said it has dirt, and I was thinking maybe we could do a forest where we could model out the landscape,
Mhm.
put some trees on it,
Mhm.
maybe a bush or two.
You know what else has dirt?
What's that, Mr. Steven?
Forest.
Oh, forest.
I think that's a brilliant idea. Mr.
Yes,
Zach.
Thank you, Mr. Steven.
So, if we're making an ecosystem of the forest, what,
Yes.
what kind of objects are in that ecosystem?
Well, we're gonna need trees, bushes, grass if we have time.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt,
Dirt?
a landscape.
A
obviously.
landscape.
Yes. So
All right.
why don't I get started with the landscape now that I
Yeah.
think about it? So I'm gonna press our old friend Shift A to bring up our little menu here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna add a mesh, and I'm gonna add a plane. And the reason I'm doing this
Oh.
is because we can make it real big,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna act like the ground.
Oh,
It's
a
gonna be
plane.
huge, a huge plane,
Wow.
massive.
Wow, woo, wee.
Look at that, so big you can't even see.
I mean, you could see it if you were in orthographic.
I mean, does this really make sense though?
When you're
Does
designing,
this look
it
good?
does.
I don't know.
But when you're
I
taking
think,
a photo,
I
you
think
know.
this is a little easier to comprehend. All right, so now that we have our plane here, it's flat. No environment is completely just okay. Maybe some like the salt plains, perhaps.
Boring.
Boring though. When you think of a forest, it's got hills going
Yeah.
through it. There's inclines, declines.
There's maybe a creek.
a creek.
A
Can't forget the
creek.
creek.
You know.
All right. So let's do this. I'm going to head on over to edit mode
Okie
by
dokie.
pressing tab. And what I'm going to do is I need to subdivide this plane. And this is going to let us add more details to it because right now it's like a plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't bend a plate. You need something
No.
like bendable, right?
No.
So I'm going to press subdivide. This is going to add a lot of more faces and vertices. Why don't we do
Faces?
100?
100.
Yes, 100
Oh boy.
smackaroos. All right, so we got all these faces now. And now
Mhm.
what I can do is go into sculpt mode. Up at the top here, I'm just going to click on sculpting.
And on the first day, I said, "Let there be light."
Oh, thank you, Mr. Steven. All right. And now that I've got the sculpt tool,
Yeah.
what I can do is I can just
Get out of here.
oh, whoops. We want to turn off X mirror. So I'm just going to add some variation to the
Whoa.
landscape.
Are you making a landscape right now?
I am making a landscape, just adding some hills.
Are you playing Sims?
I am playing Sims. This is kind of
Wow.
like a video game. You're right, Mr. Steven.
Life is like a video game.
All right, so now there's like some hills and stuff to work with. Looking
what was that?
good.
That already looks like a landscape. You know, that looks like the landscape I kind of mentioned earlier.
The desert?
A forest.
A forest. You're right.
Yes.
It does look like a forest. No, it doesn't. A forest needs trees.
You're right. It looks like a desert.
So we got these kind of like, you're right, it does look like a desert. It looks like dunes, maybe, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we start adding, oh, one more thing.
Yes.
You mentioned something very interesting earlier,
I did.
which was,
All the things I mentioned are
creek.
interesting. Yes.
so
a
why
creek.
don't I take, where is it? This crease tool,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm going to do is just cut.
Whoa.
This is going to like dig into the landscape kind of.
Are we making a creek?
We are making a creek as we speak.
A little creek. A little lake.
I'm gonna turn up
In the
strength a
dark,
bit.
dark forest, there is a dark, dark creek. In the dark, dark creek, there is a dark, dark
Yes.
ecosystem.
Uh-huh.
And in that ecosystem, Eco Week.
Wow.
A little poetry, you know, for the side, for everyone in the chat. What's the chat up to? Hey, chat, how are you doing? Hope you are doing well today. Yes, we are making a lot of new art. It is Eco Week. Be sure you go hug a tree out there. You know, go give a leaf a little kiss. You know, bless you. You know, just enjoy the beautiful blue sky while you have it. Wow, that's
So-
a creek.
So far, so good. Just need to hollow it out a bit more. Because I'll show you what I'm going to do, Mr. Steven.
Oh, I'm pretty excited.
So we got this, like, carved out area right here.
Mm-hmm.
Should I do the
Mhm.
creek now, or do you think we should do it later?
No, let's do the creek. Let's finish the creek.
All right, let's finish the creek. So we got this part here, hollowed out. You'll see it's, like, kind of stuck down there.
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to layout.
Wait a second.
I'm going to press our old friend Shift A once again.
What are you doing here?
I'm going to add another plane.
Wait, this creek is missing something though.
I know.
Dirt.
It's missing.
Oh, what did you just fill up the creek with another plane?
I did, Mr. Steven.
I cannot believe
certainly
this.
did.
Wow.
Now, if you'll notice, if I make this blue,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna look like there's water. Check it out.
Get out of here.
Crazy.
No, literally get out.
Boom!
Whoa! That
Look at the
is
water.
a nice creek. Why don't we drag the creek down just a little?
You're right.
little
You're right. I
touch?
think that's a good idea, Mr. Steven. Just a little more. Boom.
Wow.
There's the creek.
Mr. Zach, that creek feels good, and also the perspective mode you have it feels proper. If you zoom in, let's just pretend we're right, like here, orthographic. It's for designing.
Are we doing this again?
No, orthographic. You can't. It doesn't feel real, but when you're in perspective, it looks like you're actually there.
Yes,
And
I
that's the
concur, Mr.
important
Steven.
part. Let's go fishing on the creek real quick.
All right. Zoop.
Here we are, just in the creek, fishing, just hanging out. I'm noticing the lack of trees in this forest.
I know. There's
Kinda
no
weird.
trees here. This is a
No
treeless
trees.
forest.
What's going on?
It's almost
We-
like a plain.
We should do something about this. now.
Unacceptable.
It
All right.
is.
We need a tree.
Yes.
So for now, I'm just gonna hide these. Press these
Bye.
little eyeballs. They're still there.
Are they?
They're just hidden.
Oh.
The eye, it's like your eyes closed, can't see anything. Open it up.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
They're
Oh,
still there. They're just hidden.
That's right,
Kind of
that's right.
like my.
Feelings.
Yeah. There we go. Cool.
All right. So now to make a tree,
Trees. Yes.
we gotta speed run this.
Oh,
we
you're
got
right.
we got a lot to make.
You're right.
So what's a good starting base for a tree?
Now, when I like to design,
Uh-huh.
I always like to look at a reference photo.
Oh.
Because there's so many trees in the world. Let's just list all the trees. Ready? There's a palm tree, there's a pine tree, there's a tree, there's a big tree, there's a
oak
small
tree.
tree, oak tree, apricot,
Let's bring up some
tree.
trees.
but specifically we're looking at for a tree that is in the forest, correct?
Oh, so what if we look up
Forest tree?
tree?
Now what do we notice about these trees?
Oh, they're very straight.
Yeah, very tall
Very
trunk.
tall.
What are they called?
Trunks.
That's just the bottom part. Trees.
Yeah. Okay, so let's try and make something similar to these guys.
Yeah, this is a nice environment here.
Yeah. So what about something like this?
I like it.
So you see the leaves do start, but they're kind of towards the top, right? So why don't we go back to Blender
Okay.
and let's add in a cylinder.
Wow, that's
I
a
know.
short tree.
Alright, this is a stump,
Mm-hmm.
but this needs to grow into a tree.
Well, here, let me get the water real quick.
Yeah, pour it on, pour it
And
on.
Let me. Or maybe it's this way. Deep, 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 deep. Water. That's watering sounds. Water.
Wow, look at the tree, it grew!
It grew. That's nature.
It grew.
Wow, so fascinating.
So we got the tree here. Okay,
Wow.
so we have our tree. I think this might be a little big. Let me shrink it down a little bit. What do you think of this, Mr. Steven?
I think that's a perfect height for a tree.
Okay. And a tree, do you think it gets a little more narrow as it goes up?
I think so.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think so.
it's not just the same width the whole way?
Oh, no.
Alright, so what I'm going to do, switch back over to edit mode. I'm going to go into face mode here.
Mm-hmm.
Click on this top guy. Then press S for scale. And just shrink it a little. Oh, not that way. Oh, not that way either. Oh, no. Oh, Mr. Zach.
leaves.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh, that's a weird tree.
What'd I do? Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little more. That might make it a little easier. So again, click on the top, press S.
You're starting too much in the center.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So just a little bit narrower as it goes up.
I like that. That's really cool.
Alright, so we got our trunk done. Now we need to add
The leaves.
The leaves. That's
Yes.
right. How do you think we should add the leaves, Mr. Steven?
That is a wonderful question. Well, the leaves, however, let's think about this.
Mm-hmm.
What are leaves connected to?
The trunk.
Branches.
Branches. Oh, so we need some branches.
Maybe we should put a few more branches. So, what I've noticed about some of these trees from our research is that the branches at the bottom are really big, and then they slowly get a little smaller at the top.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah. So we need branches getting smaller.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't I add in another cylinder?
Mm-hmm. Really love these cylinders today.
Yep. Oops. Just bring it on up.
Should you add this cylinder, or is that a separate cylinder, or is it on the same cylinder?
Oh, I think I was in edit mode. Oops. So I'm gonna switch back over to object mode. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Add another cylinder. I'm going to
Chat, if you like cylinders, name your favorite cylinder-shaped object. Mine would have to be a can of tomatoes. That's probably mine, you know. It's a good one. I like this.
I like this too, Mr. Steven.
And Mr. Zach, can we get when you finish that branch, can we get a quick transition back to us to announce our special guest?
Yes, most definitely.
All right, everyone, we are about to announce our special guest. Drum roll, please. And
Bonjour. It's
Ciao, Belle.
me, Miss Nicole.
it's Miss Nicole.
It's Miss Nicole.
Yes.
Woo!
Woo!
Welcome, Miss Nicole. You joined us just in time.
Round of applause.
for our
Find a
tree creation.
leaf. Find a leaf. I found a leaf.
Just trying to make sure to get out here.
All right. So
It's a nice branch.
branch number 1.
That's a nice boulder.
So I'm gonna Control C, Control V.
And what if you did number 7, so you can just look at it from the top
That's
and
a
just kind of.
good
Oh, that tree
idea,
is- oh,
Mr.
there we go.
Steven.
Yeah,
All right,
she's
so
skinny.
we got one tree,
She's
or one branch rather.
yes.
Move it over here.
Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Wow.
move this one up a little bit,
Oh, that's
make it a little
perfect.
smaller.
This guy kind of looks like those lamps that have the, like all the light bulbs kind of branch out, like the standing
Control
lamps.
C, Control V. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, thank you.
Oops. Zoop. Move this guy over here, maybe.
Remember, we're still in.
Yes,
The mode
let's
that
go
only
back,
shows us.
Mr. Zach. To
Oh!
there
we go. Just
we
adding some
go.
more branches here. Don't mind. Whoa.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
K Dog in the
Yeah,
chat,
thank you.
for finding that correction here.
Yes, thank you very much. That was Mr. Zach's mistake. All right.
No mistakes in art.
I mean,
A simple Command Z will do you.
yes.
Doesn't work in OBS.
Doesn't work in real life.
All right, so we got some branches. Not the most branch-filled tree,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
we'll do one more.
Kind of a dead tree.
Well, we're getting.
Let's get a few more branches on there, Mr. Zach.
few
We'll
more
let you
branches.
speed run these branches while we discuss
Politics.
some of our favorite tree politics.
Uh-huh.
So environments. Miss Nicole,
Yeah, what's up?
earlier we were mentioning about environments,
Mhm.
or should I say ecosystems, and I mentioned dirt, how
Yeah.
it was not equatable to sand.
Did Mr. Zach start talking about dirt again?
What is your opinion on this?
Do I need to talk to him about talking about dirt too much?
Hold on.
He has dirt in his pockets right now.
You said I was
I-
talking about dirt too much? That's probably right. I do like dirt.
I've already called home. I've called home 3 times.
I just see
I like
him,
dirt.
He likes to.
I like dirt.
He's always eating dirt.
No, he's not. It's no.
Okay, so what you're saying is that dirt
But-
is not
I have seen him.
his.
Do you know those treats where it has the pudding and then the fake dirt
Yeah, the
made out of the cookies
yeah,
and then the fake
purple
worm?
cookies. Yeah.
Now, me and Mr. Zach went to go grab one of those treats, but when I got mine, he's like, "Don't worry, I already made mine." I'm like, "What? I
Yeah.
thought they make it for you."
Because you guys went to that place in the park
The-
where they
who-
serve
they
them.
serve them.
And so you went up to order, and then Mr. Zach was just. a
He
bunch-
just came back,
It
and I'm
was
like,
that.
"Where'd you get those? That isn't.
And he's like, it didn't even come on a plate.
It didn't even come on a plate, but
He was
it
like-
had some kind of substance
Yeah,
that is similar to pudding, but it
Uh-huh.
wasn't.
it wasn't
And
pudding.
it had something else that was similar to the chocolate crumbles,
Yeah, but.
but it wasn't. And I
Chocolate
think there was a real worm.
I think it was, yeah. But yeah, dirt and sand are the same thing.
Okay, that's all I wanted
Yeah.
to clarify. And I also
Sand.
want to clarify, Mr. Zach does not eat dirt. None of us eat dirt.
Thanks for the clarification, Mr.
What
Steven.
is this?
It's a tree.
What?
Whoa, Mr. Zach has already started on the leaves. This looks incredible,
Yes,
Mr.
it's
Zach.
a pine tree. The leaves are gonna get
Mhm.
more narrow as it goes up.
I think this is a brilliant design.
It's a very stylized tree.
Yes. You know, this tree reminds me of my childhood.
Really?
When I would be with my pa,
You grew up in Yugoslavia, right?
my pa and my ma, and we would go tree exploring.
Tree exploring, yeah.
Now, with
the
tr-
national pastime.
Of Yugoslavia.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing these kind of trees that were tall. And I was so small that I cannot tell if there's leaves in between.
You couldn't.
So I think that's an accurate representation of a tree.
Yeah. All the trees that I know and
Mhm.
love definitely look like a kebab with a bunch of different hot dogs on them.
All right. So, what would be another fast way to make leaves that would look better than this? Do you have any ideas, Mr.
Mr. Zach, don't keep
not,
it. Keep
do not,
it.
Keep it.
We
keep it,
said
keep
art,
it.
there is no mistakes.
Yes.
All right. There's one
You
tree.
could just add maybe more.
Or maybe add a variation of a circle one, or just different, more branches. I think more branches would help. More branches would definitely help me.
What if I made these wider? Where they're touching?
That just looks like a pile of rocks.
I don't like that style.
No?
No, I think I like that was worse.
Okay.
I think this looks good.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Zach,
Yes, Mr. Steven.
this is just one tree. I notice.
Yes, it is one tree.
Hello. So one tree, but I know a forest has
Uh-huh. More than one
a
tree.
little more than one tree.
All right. So, that's a great point you made, Mr. Steven.
Yeah.
And I believe you know how to turn this one tree into an entire forest.
many.
Oh, I'm so alone.
So why don't we go ahead and color the
Yes,
tree
we probably
first
should do
and
that.
make it into one object.
Okay. So, let me give the leaves a color here.
What's your tree's name?
Tree.
It's a bit derivative.
It's a little pedestrian. Tree.
So I'm coloring the leaves here. I made a
Man.
material that's
I like the one at the top. That one's my favorite.
Oh, it's getting hot in this forest.
all right. So now I need a color for the trunk. Do a dark brown here. Boom.
No, that's not brown. That is like
It's
not
got a
brown.
speck here. You're right. You're right. It could use some work.
Yeah, because that color was hard to look at. Now that's I guess a little bit more brown.
All right. So we got our tree.
Even that's
forest.
more of an umber.
Now let's combine them all
Wow.
into one.
How'd you
Tree.
do that?
So I click, drag, select.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna right click and press join. Now it's one object.
Get out of here.
Whoa! Now they've all joined.
Yes. So now that we have,
I like that little branch sticking out.
yeah,
It's cute.
there's a couple branches sticking out on trees. All right.
Uh,
So we have our quick tree. We got 20 minutes left.
Yes.
Now we want to take this tree
we gotta put the tree everywhere.
and populate the forest.
Now, how can we do that? Because I know the big person upstairs did not just copy and paste a
CEO.
bunch of the CEO
Yeah.
of the world. Did
Uh-huh.
not just copy and paste a bunch of trees everywhere. That would have taken way too long.
Yeah.
And you
It's-
would have had to keep going Control V, Control V, Control V, Control
That's
V,
right.
Control
Yeah.
V, Control V, Control V.
Not enough days in the week to do that.
Control V.
No, definitely not. So how would we bypass that, Mr. Steven?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Oh.
A little jokey joke. His name is Groot. I like that tree name, chat. Brilliant.
Yeah. Chat.
Original. Innovative.
Never been done before.
Tree.
I want to ask Chat, have you ever texted someone something that maybe seems like slightly positive, but then you only respond or like you only end your text in a period, so it makes it sound like the person's mad?
Yes.
Yeah. Just thinking about that a lot.
Why are we,
I was just thinking about it.
Okay, Mr.
Tree.
Steven. So how would we go about?
Okay, so
Yes.
we have this tree, right? I haven't done this in a while. So-
You don't want to like randomize it to vertices?
No,
Or
no, no,
something?
no. Click on that one.
Which one?
That one.
Physics?
Up. No, down. Particle properties.
Particle properties.
Nice.
Now let's hit that plus.
I think it's a little.
Okay, so we have a new particle, and let's drop that down to at least like 20 right now, or it's
C
going to get
or
too
the
crazy.
number?
The number. Just put 20. And let's change it to hair. And for our source, let's open up that menu.
The old source menu?
Yes, and what we want to do is choose. Oh, hair shape. My bad.
Hair shape.
Wait. We gotta choose the tree we made and have it act as a particle. A
Okay.
particle we can spread around. Miss Nicole, say something.
So, I was walking my dog the other day. We were going through the forest, and I saw a tree. I looked at the tree and I said, "Hi." The tree didn't respond to me because it was a tree. But as I stood there thinking about our forests, thinking about the
Puppy pork
ecosystems that we all experience every day, I was realizing,
here.
you know, we put this emphasis on ecosystem as being a very green and natural thing, but isn't the very city we live in, is that not an ecosystem in and of itself? Have the animals that live there not come along for the ride as human industrialism has taken root? Do we not all have our own parts to play in the ecosystem that we call home?
Yes.
I feel like that's a good way to look at life, you know? Is you gotta look at it as a very even the things that you might think to be inconsequential, even if you think that your impact on the world maybe isn't as great as it is because you're not out there saving trees,
Yes.
because you're not out there chaining yourself to a tree whenever some rude boy wants to chop it down.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that you're not still a climate activist in your own way. By taking the steps required to work on the own little corner of your world, so whether that's a square block, whether it's a square mile, or whether that's just a square foot, you can still positively affect your own ecosystem. So I want you guys to leave stream today thinking about that, right? Think about digital art, you think about how much that helps and improves your life, and think about how you can bring that positivity to the ecosystem around you. Do I have to keep talking? Yes. Okay, alright, so let's talk about something that's fun, right? So this is Eco Week, and it's Green Month, right?
Here we go.
Oh, they're all sleeping.
Justin.
Oh.
So, what we can do is now that this tree is a tree,
Yes.
We can say this tree to be a
Oh my gosh.
little bit bigger. And we can move this tree as just our model on the side. And we're going to go back to our plane here. And we're going to go into some of these options. Now you'll have to keep talking.
So, as I was saying,
More trees.
one thing that I wanted to really talk about is the fact that, you know, we all feel as though we're playing a part
Gee, it was just distance
in our Earth, right? And in the grand picture, you know, there's definitely a climate crisis going on. I can say that because of Green Week. We need to defend our forests from deforestation. We need to examine our carbon footprint. We need to reduce our carbon footprint. But it's hard to do that as just a single person, you know.
Oh, definitely.
It's a lot of responsibility to shoulder by yourself. So we can instead start thinking of what can we do on a grand scale? You know, what can we ask of the companies that we buy from? You know, there's only so much you can do in the way of saving your water bottle by using a reusable one. Whereas whenever you still have large corporations or large entities that are polluting at a mass rate, you can't really do too much. So instead of just kind of wallowing in that or feeling helpless, that should only inspire you to act more. So think outside of just taking the bus instead of driving. Or maybe even instead of, you know, you might opt out of using a straw to save the turtle. But those are all amazing steps. But why don't we even take it one step further?
Mm-hmm.
You know, gather some of your friends together. Go clean up a river. Because here we live in Texas, and the Colorado River, it runs right through it. And they're actually doing a Colorado River volunteer cleanup this weekend. Because we want to make sure that we're taking what we can and doing the most with it, right? So we can't stop a company from polluting, but we can directly affect our area around us.
Yes. And these trees seem
Are
to be
so tired.
taking a nap. There's something we're looking for to make them stand up.
So yeah, I mean, if we have any commenters and watchers, why don't you guys go ahead and comment your favorite ways to to stay green, keep it green. Wow, not all at once. I mean, I could be wrong. I did take a class on this where we did environmental rendering using Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine is a games engine. That's probably what you know it for. There's a lot of games that you enjoy that are made in that engine. And I took a class on how to render environments in that software. And it led to some pretty cool realizations on my part for just even thinking about how our world is set up, right? You know, there's a lot that goes into creating a realistic environment, and if you take that time to create art that properly reflects that, you're really going to have some great moments of introspection. Oh, and they're in the upside down. But that's good, though.
How'd you do that? I think you're getting it. Almost. Do it to the Z. Did you try the Z? Y?
Object Z, all the way up to the top.
Okay, go back to one of those then. And then what if we go to our original tree and rotate it?
Ooh.
Can we go to
So,
our original tree and rotate it?
it really lets you kind of think about the world around you in an introspective way. Digital art is great for that. It's a great way to take time to reflect, and the trees are awake!
And we got the trees up!
Trees.
Yeah!
Wow!
Wow, look
Wow.
at this forest. I think there's one more thing I can do
Yes.
is grab a chair real quick.
Oh!
Yes. And the ground, it's
Dirt,
it's
snow.
white. Is
Did it snow?
it does look snowy, but there's no snow on the trees, so I don't know if it is
Um,
snowy. So what I'm gonna do,
There's a tree in the creek.
there are a couple trees in the creek. That's all right. What if I do? What color should the ground be?
Brown.
Some brown. It shouldn't be shiny though, so I'm gonna get rid of this specular.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got a brown.
Can you add some noise to it so it looks like there's dirt?
Okay, Mr. Steven will take over.
All right,
real
let's
quick.
finish up this environment really, really quick because we are on trees time.
Trees time.
So we can
What?
add some dirt here.
Trees time mean.
We'll
Oh.
change this into a shader editor. And we'll go here and add a noise. Can I get some noise?
Woo! Wait, what does dirt sound like?
Tree. Yeah, actually, dirt definitely sounds like.
Nice.
More texture kind of going
Nice.
Nice,
on.
Mr. Steven. This is
Some
looking more and more
details,
like
some more
dirt.
roughness here. And you can't have a forest without
Tree.
Without.
a sun.
Sun.
So let's get this sun
Oh.
and kind of put them right around here.
Can you give him sunglasses?
Yeah, so let's first add a little camera. All right, let's go to that camera and let's put that camera in perspective to where we would be standing here. So let's go into this one and go into the 3D point of view. Let's do a control 0 and we can go to N and then go into view, camera to view. So then that way we can whoop, move the camera. Not that one. G1 7R. Oh!
Whoa.
That's not what
Whoa.
I was looking
Got
for.
that sideways view.
Mm-hmm.
But if we open that perspective just a little bit, and we can kind of zoom in here and kind of see what this would look like rendered.
Well, that's
That
a
is
bright sun,
bright.
Mr. Steven.
That is a really bright
Now,
forest.
when we think about suns,
Uh-huh.
sun. We'll take the sun here. Wow, 1,000 degrees is what that means.
the sun is a lot hotter than 1,000
And
degrees.
there
That's
we
true.
go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
wait.
The forest.
We need a sky, don't we?
We do need a sky. We do need a sky.
We gotta speed run a sky, and this will be the quickest sky in the world. You can call
Is
me
it no, like,
Sky,
Skybox?
like,
Like Chip
But-
Skylark?
but it'll Sky.
Oh.
Yeah, Chip Skylark. So just put that right here.
The shiny trees and me.
Exactly. We're gonna go into new. We're gonna change this into like a blue, like it's night. You know, sun
Oh.
setting,
But
a
the
distant hill.
sun. Oh, I guess.
Blue sky.
I'm blue, dabba
Blue
dee
dabba
dabba
die.
da dabba
And we're
dee.
gonna lower
That's
the
the
string
sky,
just a little
dabba-dee.
bit. And here we are.
The
In
night forest.
the environment.
Kids, if you can't see this at home, just raise your brightness.
Oh, yeah. You're right. No, you're right. Let's take that sky real quick.
Wow, just like that.
And just like that, a
Oh,
forest
nice. That looks good.
is born.
Wow.
Wow,
Go into
beautiful.
render mode. Wow. And check this out. You thought that was beautiful.
This is hard to see.
For now, when the chat sees it, just open up your mind. You can see it's affecting our frames.
Oh no.
Oh wow, yeah it is.
My
All
computer's
right, this
chugging.
forest is
And
looking pretty good, Mr.
Oh.
Steven.
yes, thank you, Mr. Zach. Here, we can actually make it look a little better with this.
Oh,
better.
nice. Maybe
Should
an
we
occlusion?
add perhaps one more little object in this 5 minutes? What if we added some bushes? Because right now this forest only has trees.
I agree, Mr. Zach.
Do you think that we could handle doing that?
Let's see, where is our camera? Right here. We're looking across the creek. What if, what is an ecosystem without someone living
Can we make a
in the
chipmunk?
ecosystem? Yes.
Or a porcupine? That would
A
be easy.
deer! We have to
Uh-oh.
make a
A
deer, our
diamond
callback
deer.
to the deer. So we're going to turn this cube
into a deer.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
speed run it.
Ready?
Go.
Go! Ding, ding, ding.
So right now, you're just kind of doing some extruding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Mr. Steven is pressing Shift, Space.
Oh,
We're gonna get a
now
little
I'm picking up
deer
what you're putting
going on
down.
here. Right,
He should have a longer
right,
neck.
Right.
Yo, I'm not built like that though.
Wait. And then
Oh, is that his butt?
His little deer tail.
he's breaking dimensions. A little deer. We can see a little deer hanging out over here. Oh, there he goes. Zoom. Zoom. He's got to get to work.
Oh man.
Right here, a little 7. Rotate that deer back to 0. And now, this deer. Do y'all remember the deer from last time? Because I certainly do.
He was a diamond, wasn't he?
Oh, what's
He
a
was made
deer?
of diamond.
Yeah, without
Without antlers.
antlers. Subdivide. And we're going to go to E. Wow.
Bunny deer.
It's a donkey.
Or a donkey.
Trick. Yep. And let's take this and
Hey-o.
change the color of.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, the forest is on fire!
Oh no.
Guys, run!
We
the
gotta
deer!
protect the ecosystem.
No.
Oh, it's good.
There we go.
Everything's
We saved it. We saved the eco economy. Let's make our deer a cool. This
Hot pink.
environment's actually really neat. We're gonna make this environment. There we go. A hot pink. But this deer isn't just any deer.
Are those the ears?
This deer has a friend.
They're in love. Either that or they're getting
There
divorced.
we go. And we'll take this deer, but this deer is a little special because I don't know if y'all have ever seen the famous movie Harry Potter, but this deer, come on, I can do it, is actually
He's actually.
What is he? A ghost? A
A-
specter? Wow!
a glowing deer.
Oh,
That is
wow.
right.
Oh.
And just like that, that is all the time we have for today. Right? Is my watch right? Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Psych! A little prank. So we got the glowing deer in the forest. We have the beautiful blue sky.
Yeah.
We have the trees in the creek.
Mm-hmm.
What more could we want in life?
What about a sun? In the
That was a
background?
rhetorical question.
I have a quick question.
Just kidding. Yes.
How hard would it be to move the trees that are just sitting in the water just for the shot that we're about to render? If it's hard, then don't even worry about it, man. You're
Can you
experiencing
bake
a
them
flood.
in and then?
This is what happens when you don't take care of the forest. Recycle. Psych! Alright, these trees just ain't gonna live.
All right.
They'll be too hard.
Yep.
Or what we could do.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Kind of walk along the creek here.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, this is us like
Whoa,
walking
this-
along the
no,
creek.
no angle is safe.
This looks actually really tight. Here we are adventuring. Oh no.
Is this what happens whenever you get to the far lands in Minecraft?
Yes. And now, just like that, the sun is setting, unfortunately, on our world. And we have to go
Too bad.
to bed.
The deer keeps
And
glowing.
The deer will just keep glowing
Can you
away.
make him fly away?
And the sun is setting after all. Good night, dear. See you
Good night, YAI.
next time.
And on that note,
Wait, there's a shooting star! Bring him back. Where'd he go?
oh, he's back. Look at him go.
And on that note, make
Oh,
a wish.
wish! I wish YAI would come back tomorrow.
Me too.
Well,
thank you everyone for
great
watching.
news. Wish is gonna come true. We will be here tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for
Yes.
watching and tuning in. As always, my name is Miss Nicole.
I'm Mr. Zach.
And I'm Mr. Steven, and we will see y'all next time.
All right, bye, y'all. Go hug a tree.